Hi, Andrea. Good job. Now, I want you to continue this assignment that you sent me. I am assuming you can easily download it on your computer. And as you see here, imagine, let me give you an example. The example is that I noticed that you have not created the first two lines. I want to see if you can do this. We will do that later. That's okay. Let's start from here. These are, imagine that these are the $500 that you have done. We are going to change this 500. That's to 1,000. Here you go. This is 1,000, and then I click here, and I will highlight this 4. That is become 1,000. Then click this one, month of May, and put 2,000, and then click enter, and click here and make this until July, August 2000, and then change this one to 1,000, and then click enter. One time click here. Do you see when I bring this one here, bring the arrow and change it all the way to 1,000? As you see, all of these numbers change. Let me give you an example, for example, to make it understandable what we are trying to achieve here. This is, think about this one as a business. Imagine I am a businessman and I have started an ice cream company. And this ice cream company can sell $1,000 of ice cream in January, 1,000 in February, 1,000 in March, and then when it comes to summer, it can sell more ice cream, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, and then September, October, November, the expenses drop. Therefore, that is what, it has. Therefore, here is written a bonus, for example. Go ahead and click here where it is written bonus, highlight it, and type interest. Imagine this is my business. I have a business and interest. And imagine that I have some money that I put in the bank, and I get interest of $100 every month. Then go ahead one time, click on this salary, change it to revenues. That are the revenues that every month the ice cream is being sold, and that is what the expenses are. Now, as a business person, imagine this is your business. You have a business that you are selling ice cream. You have started a business in Moorfield or in Petersburg, and that is what you sell every month. During January, you have $1,000 income from selling ice cream, $100 for the interest. You have some money in the bank and you get interest of $100. Therefore, your total income for the month of January is this much. February, March, April, and then you have revenues of higher during summer because you sell more ice cream. And then it comes here for this one. Now, of course, you have some expenses. One time I click here, I click B for bold, that these are your expenses. In January, you have to pay, for example, $200 for the rent, utilities $100, gas $100, advertisement $50, and then miscellaneous $50. And then when it comes here, your total expenses, I want to see how much it is. As you see, these are all, well, I'll go ahead and one time I click on this auto sum and click sum. As soon as I click sum, you see these, before they call them marching ants. Do you see they are like ants that they are marching? It says it wants to add the cells of B7, which is this one, here, all the way to B11, which is this one, which is correct. That's what I wanted to add. I click enter. Okay, I click enter. Do you see it is for $500 are my total expenses? And look what I do. One time I click here, and look, I highlight from here to here. And then when I highlight to here, it bundles them together. I bring the arrow to the very corner. Do you see when I bring the arrow to very corner, the color of this plus sign changes to a solid sign. And then I hold on to the right mouse button, and I copy it all the way through. Do you see? These are all the expenses that I have. And as you see, these are, then I click here and I want all of this to be bold. I highlight it here and I click B for bold. All of these are in bold. Now I click on cell in A14 and I type net income. That means my net income, your net income, that you sell ice cream. I click here. After I click here, you see this plus sign here. I click equal sign here, and I want to see how much you make in month of January. I click one time in this box. Do you see cell B4? I put a minus sign, and one time I click on 500. That is what you sell. I'm subtracting to see how much money you make. I click here. In month of January, you made $600. I copy it all the way through. That is the total money you make. And even I make it bold. As you see here, in the month of January, you made 600, February 600, March 600, and these are a lot of money you make during summer, and these are what you make. Now, one time I click here to see how much you are making in the whole year. I click here, and I click sum. It is asking me, are you sure you want to add all of these? Do you see here it says sum, cell B1 all the way to cell B14? That's what I want to see. I click enter. It shows that you are making $11,200 in 1 year. One thing I can do, I can delete this one, and I can click here, and I can tell you that how much revenues you have. Excuse me, in 1 year. I click here, I click auto sum. Do you see these are all the revenues you have? I click enter. That is how much, in 1 year you sell ice cream. If I come here, I bring this plus sign, bring it to the corner. Do you see it changes to the solid plus? I hold on to the right mouse button, I drag it down, and let me drag it a little bit down. And this is, do you see 11,200? That is the same number you got from here. If you want to know where this 11,200 came from, you look at this box. Do you see it is, putting all of these numbers together. And it is how much you make in a, let me see, let me make sure it is correct. If I go ahead and delete all of these, and I click here, and I click here again, and I click sum, 11,000. Yeah, that is correct. Whether you get it from here or you get it from here, it gives you the same number. I want you to go ahead and do the same thing I did and email it back to me. If you have any questions, you let me know.